So the issue that we have here is that this is a Chinese puzzle. Is that the term you used? In that these parts only fit in one way and in a certain order. And this cross shaft bore, these interfere with the center line, with the circumference position of these shafts. And that's why the shafts have got these recesses machined in them. So these are clearance, and we have to make sure that these shafts are pre-installed before we put in the cross shaft. Okay, so that's what we've done. We've reinstalled those, and we determined that the long, what are these called? Shift arms?
Dogs, I'd call them.
Okay, dogs. The longest one goes on this side, and the shortest one goes on that side.
That's what it looks like.
We agree? All right, that's what we think. The next five minutes to an hour, we will be fighting this organ situation. So might as well stop while we actually just go ahead and figure out how to get all these parts to align up. But that's the general operating procedure. All right.
Go ahead, Mr.
Action.
Jamil.
One of the things we just figured out is that we have to put in detents, and detents mean we are dealing with springs, and this is where we hit ourselves in the face with the ball as our 30-06 ball here comes up and hits us in the face. So we're going to preload this detent below this shaft here, then push the shaft over the detent. Okay, so this is a little bit. All right, so if you'll push, keep going, keep going.
I can't push it anymore.
Okay, let's see what I'm up against.
Oh, you have this.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
So the key was, what size diameter is this?
A 1/4 inch.
So a 1/4 inch
3/16
punch,
something, yeah,
or
something like that.
I think 3/16 punch, because you need to be able to come over center of the hole and at the same time keep the ball below the shaft. Too big a punch and you don't get that kind of side motion. Okay. Okay, make sure your garlock seal. Make sure your garlock seal is lubed. Come through. Okay. Okay, he's grabbed that dog. All right.
That can float more or less.
So,
okay, now as this comes through, well,
look at it, grab it right. Okay.
You're gonna go ahead.
Okay. I can't see the hole.
I'll let you.
No, I got it. Okay, good.
Okay,
now we're going to overdraw, over install, and pick up this arm into this slot.
Okay, push this up against that.
Okay.
Okay, keep going. Okay, bring it back now. Oops. Now what? Oh, there. Okay, now they're going to be in different locations.
Beautiful. Okay.
Okay, the screws. There's a big screwdriver, and then there's a 3/8 and a little breaker bar there someplace. It may be in that toolbox.
The magic part is that this shift pawl is behind the dog leg. Okay. For a while there, we had that. We thought it was in front. Okay.
Okay, they should be, yeah.
Okay. And we are looking for a breaker bar.
Yeah,
Action.
Okay. All right, it tore. But it tore on the inside diameter. We have a tear there.
Okay, action.
Okay, so hold on before we do anything. All right. For whatever reason, you got it? Our particular gasket, the pilot diameter for the gasket was about a 1/16 of an inch to 3/32 too small. This causes distortion of the gasket, which caused a couple of tears. We have now trimmed the gasket to go over this pilot diameter, and we're adding extra sealant to help swell and fill the fibers of the torn part of the gasket. So we're using gasket sealer stuff. All the mechanics in this shop are the opinion that gasket sealer just makes it difficult to disassemble. So we generally don't like using gasket sealers on gaskets.
Form a gasket.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we will bring this in contact with this surface here.
Do you want that jack again, or that stand?
No.
No.
Okay. So anytime there's a possibility of metal-to-metal contact, we will lube it just in case we don't get any gall later on. Okay. Do we know what fasteners go where?
Well, then we've got 2 sets of fasteners. I think these are the ones you want.
And is there anything that we need to be aware of with this features here?
It'll only go.
Okay.
It'll only go one way.
Okay, action.
Okay, so just line up the splines. And then we got to make sure that we don't damage the speedometer as we push it in.
It should go in okay.
Okay, everything's good.
Hold
so
it, turn it. Let's make sure that it's...
Yeah,
it's rotating. Okay. Here, we'll let you put that on.
I don't know. Thanks.